Welcome back to S.WigginsTV. I'm your host, Worldwide Wiggins. And I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers and all these different people who have been accused of stealing my content. I ain't gonna point no fingers, but them same people is making all these lists, like as if they know like which hoods is which hood. But today, you know what, bro? I think I'm gonna make a list, man. Hey, you know I root for the underdog, right? So today, we gonna cover the top 12 small hoods that's the most dangerous, the most deadliest small hoods in LA County, period. All right, before I start, let me give you the criteria before you be like, oh man, this one is better than this one. First of all, your hood gotta be small, no more than 25, 30 people. And number two, you can't be clicked up with like 3 other hoods. One other hood max, you feel me? So them bigger gangs like Rolling 60s and Trey Gangsters and all the Hoovers, they not really gonna be on this list, even though they all vicious. Because first of all, they not small hoods, and number two, they have a whole alliance going, a whole big alliance going. So this is for small hoods only. And lastly, the reputation from the 90s and back in the day has to carry on. So I'm going from back in the day up until now. No long with the intro, no more, even though I just gave you along with the intro. But before I start, let me give a shout out to my boy, Big Shan. Told you I was gonna do that for you. You hear me? I got you, homie. But without further ado, let's get straight to it, man. What we waiting for? All right, number 12. The 135 Paru Gang. This one is dedicated to my boy that left that, the comments saying, I'm biased against Parus. And he was from 135. Well, you could knock it off today. As biased as you think I am, I wouldn't hate on somebody. I'm not a hater. And I'm going to keep it real. If you real, you real. If you not, you not. Like Slim 400 said. But I did my homework, and 135 Parus definitely got to be on this list, man. Don't forget, back in the day, they had the balls to go to Gardena High, and I give them credit for that, going to a Crips school and setting up shop and going to war, and plus they had the little scrimmages with the Barrio 13, so shouts out, you feel me? I can respect it, bro. They definitely done their thing, so shouts out to them. All right, number 11, Warlan Compton Crips. People really sleep on Warlan, but let me tell you, they've been around and are way more vicious than hoods with hundreds of members. If you know, you know. They got a notorious street in they hood, and I ain't gonna put it out there, and no name, no blame, but if you pull up tripping, you gonna stay. Shouts out to Warlan, man. 2 of them, man. And a lot of people, the bigger gangs, they don't really like Warlan, man. But they still there. They not extinct. So shouts out. All right, number 10, Pimp Town Gangster Crips. Pimp Town is a hood that survived and thrived at a time where it was a lot of warfare going down. Denverlays versus Hoovers versus Southlows. It's a free-for-all over there. These days, people tend to say that the Pimp Towns is extinct, but remember, when you think sweet, that's when it happened to you. Always remember that. Now, I'm not going to say it's like, we not going to act like it's Iraq over there, but I got to give credit where credit is due. And remember, I used to live briefly on Imperial in Mariposa. That's butterfly in Spanish. You got the laundromat, and then a few streets up, these Section 8 apartments. You probably see me over there. Yeah, Pimp Town, they reputable. I give it to them, for sure. All right, next. Number 9. Hack Gang Watch Crips. This hood is one of the most hated small Crip hoods on the east side over at Watts. Like most small hoods that dwindled in numbers over the years, no disrespect, people try to give them a bad name and say, they don't really exist. But one thing they can't say about Hack Gang Watch Crip is that they wasn't soldiers in that field. That's solidified, homie. That's official. I heard a million things about them, and I wish I could tell y'all, but Yeah, you know what time it is. We on the internet, man. We can't do that. Another one of the criterias for this episode is hoods that's surrounded by enemies and still thrive. Hat Gang, you know, for a small hood, it is definitely surrounded by bigger hoods that hate them. So, all right, number 8, 7 Trey Gangster Crip. Like I said to Droopy in my 7 Trey Hustler video, the Swan Bloods is no joke. It's one of the most vicious Damu hoods in LA. They surrounded by Avalons, East Coast, and other Crip hoods, and still been around. But the Swans will tell you that for a small hood, 7 Trey Gangsters is pretty deadly. Now, at least from what I heard back in the day. See, there's people that will never give the enemies the credit. We gotta keep it real, man. 7 Treys, they was holding it down. They was holding it down for a while, bro. And I'm not saying it now like they washed up. I told you all that. You know, it's all respect to all his. All right, next. Oh, boy. I know I'm going to catch some flack for this one. Number 7, the 9 Deuce Inglewood Osage Legend Crips. When I made this list, I told myself I had to include the legends. They some legends. They are by far the most despised Crip hood in Inglewood. But love them or hate them, they previous reputation supersedes all of that. You like that, huh? I'm using big words. They kind of blackballed due to the fact that they neighborhood Crips in a predominantly blood city that doesn't like neighborhood Crips. Because you know what? From my observation, bro, in LA, the most heinous crime you could commit is to turn neighborhood Crip. People just hate neighborhood. Like, let a hood turn neighborhood, boy. They own them. Like, hey, cuz, you could smash my baby mama. You could shoot my daughter. You could steal my car. But don't turn neighborhood Crip. I mean, damn. That's out. That's where I draw the line. Don't turn neighborhood Crip. I never understood that, bro. Shouts out to all the neighborhoods. But definitely, the Legends is holding it down. They've been holding it down. Shouts out to my boy, Inglewood Legends, man. You know, you want to hear some of their stories, go check his channel out. But for sure. All right, next. Number 6, Eastside Hollyhood Paru. A lot of people wouldn't really expect me to say this hood, but I got to, bro. I have to. They with the business. Plain and simple. If you done your homework, you know. And they too are surrounded by lots of enemies. Bigger hoods. If my memory serves me correctly, they over there by Southside, you know, vicious, dangerous hoods. So let's keep that in mind. All right. Next. Oh, this one. Oh, you ready for this one? Number 5. The 10 Line Gangster Crip. 10 Lines is another wild hood out there in Wise. They solidified themselves as one of the small hoods that'll really take it there with you. And they did that a long time ago. So they law been laid down. As a matter of fact, I remember in my comments, I told somebody that was from 10 Line Gangster Crips that I remember being in jail with someone from his hood. That dude was crazy, bro. We was in the holding tank about to get released, you know, where they give us all our clothes back before you go get your property, you know, the last stages before they roll call and all of that. Yeah, I'm a jailbird. I remember though. Anyway, you know, we was in that room where you all put your clothes back, and this dude from 10 Line Gangster Crip, while everybody was chilling, happy, about to see some daylight, happy they finna get out, talk about, oh, I'm finna be on my L7-ish, I'm finna be square, I'm finna get to the bag, I ain't coming back up in this mother. This dude comes out of nowhere while everybody chilling, and he just jumps up and says, "What's up, cuz? I'll whoop any ninja in here." And all my kids, bro, there was some bloods for some, that was from some big reputable hoods. And dude from 10 Line walked up to him, mad dogging him after he said it. And let's just say they didn't squabble. Real talk. That's the truth. But the reason I tripped off of that is because before the dude from 10 Line, you know, got into the cell, you know, because he came later, the Damu dudes, like them big Damu dudes that, you know, didn't want none, they was woofing like, Man, I hate these jailhouse slippers, man. I can't even wobble like I want to wobble, blood. Like, really popping it, you know. Like, I fired on this one dude, and I hit him like, bing, whoop-de-whoop, all of that. Just popping it. And the dude from 10 Line, as soon as he came, everything changed. The dude from 10 Line was short and bony as hell. You know, I'm not trying to make fun of the Bloods in there, you know, but, you know, because if you trying to get out, you trying to get out, bro. I'm not, you know, I just brought this up because of the list, bro. No disrespect to nobody hood. And, yeah, I'm not finna say, but we on some positivity. But, yeah, 10 Lines for sure with it. All right? Number 4, Atlantic Drive Compton Crips. A lot of people sleep on Atlantic Drive, bro. You know, I ain't even got to say too much, bro. If you lived in Compton before or you know people from Compton, you got to give it to Atlantic Drive, bro. Small hood, not too many members, small turf as well, you know, compared to other hoods like Santana Block with a whole bunch of streets and blocks, you know. Atlantic Drive, they holds it down, man. They with it. They for sure with it. And they been with it. They been with it for decades. Truth be told. Everything I love, so shouts out to them. Number 3, you know this one had to make the list. BBOP Bloods. Pound for pound, BBOP might be the worst Damu hood on the east side. I ain't got no family from there or nothing, so you know I ain't got no reason to cap. You know me, I'm a hood historian, so I asked a couple people from opposing Crip hoods who shall remain anonymous, you know, which hood really made it real over there when y'all was going through it. And guess what? They didn't say Avalon, they didn't say Swans, they didn't say none of the bigger known reputable hoods. They said BBOP. And if that's coming from they enemigos, you gonna have to respect it, bro. I've been hearing stuff about BBOP since I was a kid, man. So gotta respect it, bro. Alright, number 2. Playboy Gangster Crips, West LA. I ain't gotta say too much. If you know the history of West LA and you watched my interview with Jesse James, the founder of Playboy Gangsters, shameless plug, then you know the wars that they went through from the 80s up until now, they ain't never lost no war, cuz. You gotta salute them, man. Remember, they wasn't always cool with the Bloods. They was at it with BPS back in the day, and these hoods, Playboys and all, these hoods is small, bro. You gotta really give credit where credit is due, bro. This list is based off per capita, meaning how many members is really with the business versus a bigger hood, the ratio. You know, I'm evening out the ratio. If we keeping it honest, bro, Playboy Gangsters has definitely got to be on the list. All right? Number 1. I need a drum roll for this one. Before I say number 1, man, what do you think I'm finna say? You have no idea what I'm finna say. But let me give you a quick insight before I give you number 1. I told myself, if I gave it to a Crip hood, the Damu's gonna be like, all I do is Crips. Crip. And if I gave it to a Blood, the Crip always gonna be mad at me. Like, how you give it to a Blood, man? How you put a Blood number 1? If I gave it to a Paru, they gonna trip. I can't win for losing. And this hood I'm about to name, it deserves number 1. And if you never heard of him, definitely gonna hear about him now. Coming in at number 1, Bang Stars, 109th Street, and 120th Street over there by the Harvard's, by the county building. Yup, by the freeway. Yup. I told myself, when a hood can be independent from the 90s, which was 30 years ago, up until now, they never folded from pressure from the Crips to turn Crip, or the Bloods to turn Blood, or Hoovers to turn Crim, and they still there. You got to give it to them. I know y'all go hit my comments and cuss me out. Like, I know you ain't make a list and bring us all the way over here to tell us Bang Stars. I'm saying, Bang Stars survived war with the rolling hundreds, bro. The hundreds? Bro, you know how many hoods barely survived the hundreds, bro? And they survived beef with Gardena Crips. These hoods, bro, this hood right here, people from Banks, these dudes was wilding out. 10 ragging. We not with the blood ish. We not with the Crip ish. 10 rag. We pushing our old hood. We ain't with it. I'm giving it to Bankstar. I know I'm going to get a phone call as soon as I put this up. Bankstars! That's how I feel, nigga. That's how I feel, bro. I had to give it to a hood that, I roots for the underdog, bro. And I can't put my hood up there. I had to give it to the underdog, bro. 109th Street, Bankstars, 120th Street, or whatever street they. So feel free, go on, drop your comment, go on and cuss me out. This is my observation. What's up? What you gotta say? I'm gonna lose my channel behind this. But I don't care, man. That's you wanted my opinion. You watch this video because you value my opinion. That's how I feel. The #1 small hood that survived wars and is dangerous and still here to this day. Bankstars. But before I get up out of here, let me give y'all some honorable mentions. Don't sleep on all the West LA Crips, Mansfield, Blasted Fools, Ladies First Choice, By Yourself, MVP. Shoot, I don't want to miss nobody. All of them, bro. All the West LA Crips. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on the 10 Deuce Raymers. They still there. Don't sleep on the Watts Franklin Square Crips. They still up there. There's a cul-de-sac, 102nd somewhere. They still there, bro. Don't sleep on Raymond Street Hustler Compton Crips. They still there. Don't sleep on Kelly Park Compton Crips. I love y'all just as much as Atlantic Drive, all that. I wish y'all could squash the beef. Y'all got it, so I love, bro. Don't sleep on them. It's a lot of hoods out here, bro, but for whatever reason, they didn't make the criteria. Either they hood was too big or, they just didn't have the same qualities. But this how I feel, man. Go on and cuss me out. I'm ready. But make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out of here. Wait!